Starting this thing up in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli, the Gotham Knight.
Oh, well, if you're gonna give a name, okay, I'm the Baba Yaga of podcasting. So, yeah.
I got to go back to the nicknames since
we got to go back
celebration.
to the nicknames. We got to what is old is new again. So, all right. So yeah, for everybody listening, this is marks a milestone for us. This is our 100th episode. We really weren't paying attention. All of a sudden, 100 just kind of creeped up on it. We're like, damn, that's a lot of episodes if you think about it, you know. Because everybody and their mom got a podcast. Most don't make it to 100.
Yeah, it is rare.
Yeah, so it is rare. So good thing we got there. So congratulations for us. And Eli, since we made it this far, we're gonna get into the podcast, but let's just jerk ourselves off for a second.
Oh yes.
Let's just celebrate for a second. You know, can we go ahead and admit that we're like the number one listen podcast on Outright Geekery?
We are now.
We are now. It took us a while to get there.
Take that, talking Vols.
Right, and Get Valiant, kicking our ass for the longest.
Yeah.
But
a podcast about sports
we're the top
was the
now,
number one podcast. Yeah.
Right, but the only reason we're successful now because it's not football season.
Yeah.
You know, when football season come back, then Talking Vols will kick our ass again.
Yeah, which is weird. That being the number one podcast on a comic book network,
right,
is a sports podcast. Like, what the fuck? I thought you guys were nerds.
Right, we know our audience, I guess. So that's successful. And basically, give you a quick review of what we've been doing. Well, how we got started. Basically, like I said, we told the story before. This is not our first podcast. We actually had another podcast before this. Eli came in later on. It was actually Eric, who was with Get Valiant right now. Eli jumped on, and everything was going well until our boss Gomer canceled our show. You don't know the reason why he did that, but yeah. So it gave us a chance to reinvent.
Or the feed, something with the feed or something. They were getting ready to the feed, or I can't remember what the hell. No, we kept
legal,
the feed.
Or somebody else owned the name.
The name, yeah, which was on Facebook, which is kind of weird.
Right, like who has trademark on Facebook? But
it's a Facebook page. What
right,
the hell?
like nobody making money. Like is somebody making money off this shit?
Yeah.
So anyway, when it happened, we got canceled. Sure got shut down. Going basically gave us a chance to reinvent ourselves, and it's actually a good thing for us. I think it was a blessing in disguise because I think we kind of outgrew the old podcast. We were becoming something else, you know, a lot wacky.
I kind of theorized that we probably weren't representing the whole, the image of what they wanted to push. I think we were
I think we were at first, and then we just kind of gotten away from that.
That we just became assholes, and then they're like, these guys do not speak for us.
Right, because we really had to put that on there we had the name of the website on there, so yeah, we had to do that.
Yeah, so
I kind of, you know what, Eli, I kind of feel like they just let us do our own thing now. Like they know we don't represent, just let them in their own bubble and just do whatever the hell they want to, and whatever if they say something too wild, we'll just step away from it.
Yeah, that's them, man.
Right.
The junkyard dogs. That's what they
basically. Like they had the other podcasts who represented, and then we're just off in the corner, just yapping away and do whatever we want to. So because what I've noticed that we do say a lot of fucked up shit, and our listeners do expect us to say fucked up shit. But it all works out in the end, you know. So we try to be informative and stuff like that. But hey, stuff happens sometimes. So if we say some controversial shit like Black Batman or White Power Man or whatever, hey, it happens.
You just took two of my favorite spots.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take that shit from I didn't know Black Batman was going to be on yours.
That was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. It kind of took off. People didn't know where it came from. People was arguing about that. I do know that the Black Panther and Storm one got me in trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially with the Black nerd community. They really got on my ass about that. You ever seen those comments on YouTube?
No, man.
Hilarious.
I can't stand comments on Facebook. So,
but when they're about you, it's funny. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And that's the thing. What's funny? It's so. This is like a touchy subject. Being that we're both people of color.
Yeah.
Like, right? You're not white, right?
Or am I? That's the secret for the 100th episode. Man pulls off
like,
mask.
I'm not white, even though I act white. Like I don't smoke or drink. I'm basically a good Christian white man, but I still get pulled over all the time. So
Right.
I don't reap the benefits. I don't reap the benefits of being a good Christian white man. But there's like now that I guess the geek community is being a little bit more diverse, and those voices are starting to come out a little more, and and they're voicing their opinions about it. Yep. And so when we come out with some of our fucked up opinions,
right,
that they don't tend to they tend to go against the grain of
right.
of certain popular colored folk opinion.
Right.
I tend.
So we will say some things that even other people of color, of nerds, will disagree with, and they'll get on us harder than other people will. So I agree with you on that.
And then mm-hmm.
And then, but at the same time, I do think that because we're people of color, we can get away with shit that other podcasts can't get away with, especially nerd podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, take Comicast, Vincent. Think if Comicast said half the shit we said.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't get away with it.
Yeah. Imagine Gomer saying Batman can never be black.
He would get his website shut down if he said that.
Yeah,
right?
there goes. Yep. No more free comics for us.
No more sponsors. That's it.
Yeah.
So we can get away with saying things, and we say it on both sides of the fence. Like we kind of don't care.
Yeah, and then Gomer would have to get us to vouch for him, and then we'll be like the sellouts. Oh, those sellouts. Yeah.
So I try to stay away from that stuff like that. But yeah, now so if everybody's listening, like I said, we're still in the jerk off session right now. We're gonna get to the podcast. We're gonna jerk off session. So what I want to do is list our top, since we name our favorite moments. I'll name like our top episodes according to Outright Geekery. Like I said, I have special numbers that they gave me access to.
You did some research. You did homework.
I did homework on this, yeah. While I should have been actually working at my job, I was doing this. So, if I get fired, I'm going to try to figure out a way to do this full time. All right, so this made me top 10. Maybe not top 10, but we'll go from it. Let's start with okay. So number 11, well, it's episode 11, Secret Empire, Is It Over? Do you remember what that one was about?
Well,
Secret
obviously
Empire,
Secret
obviously.
Empire.
Yeah.
So that's Hydra Cap.
Yeah.
And all that bullshit.
That was the end of that one, so we was basically celebrating that shit was over.
Okay.
Next one after that was episode 9, Netflix and Coffee, the Defenders review. Well, obviously it was about the Defenders.
Oh, was that when we had Homie on?
Oh,
was the one guy?
I can't remember his name. I just remember he was racist. That's all I remember.
I didn't want to say racist. I was going to say.
If he's still listening, shout out to him. But that's all I can remember about him. But he always thought, I'm not racist, but
was his name Raymond?
No, not that racist. I didn't mean to say that.
Not that racist. Not that Raymond. I mean, not that.
You're right. Because he might be listening to. I can't remember that guy's name. Todd? Was it? I think it was Todd. I don't remember. Anyway.
He reviewed the Avengers or Defenders with us.
He did.
Yeah.
He did review Avengers.
That was a fun episode.
It was a fun episode. He didn't say any fucked up shit that I thought he was. So if you listen to the show, you wouldn't think he was a racist. But if you read his comments and posts.
He did get into it about the whole when Harley Quinn raped Nightwing on the Harley Quinn cartoon.
I kind of baited him on that though.
He got bent out of shape about that. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't it another guy on the episode also? I think it was 4 guys on the episode.
No, I think it was just us 3.
Okay, because there was another guy, but I can't remember him. Oh well. We didn't get more hosts on the show.
What's his name? Jake or Jack?
I have no idea.
That one guy. He reviewed Ragnarok with us. He didn't like it.
Oh, Jack. No, Jack is cool. Jack is cool. Jack not a racist. Jack is cool as hell. I want to put that out there because I know for a fact he's listening. What did they say about me? Okay. What else we have? Oh, I Love You 3000, Avengers Endgame spoiler field review. So that's up there.
Oh wow,
Yeah, cool.
that was a long one too. Damn.
Yeah, that was like, well, yeah. Another one, episode 85, Liam Neeson in cancel culture. That was a pretty popular one. I'm proud of that episode. Episode 78, Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa in, of course, the Aquaman review.
Oh, the Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah, pretty. That was actually one of our shortest ones too, but it's Aquaman, so you throw him in, it's gonna be there. Oh, Eli. Now this one, I remember this one. Episode 56, how James Gunn stole SDCC.
Oh yeah, that
almost ended the podcast
that.
right there. That was almost it right.
Yeah,
that was a classic one there.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Okay. Episode 2, stop trying to make the Inhumans happen. I'm proud of that one.
Episode 2, really?
Episode 2, yeah. People were really. I guess when we got canceled and came back, people really, really excited about us, and then kind of just forgot about us after a while. So our first couple episodes really exciting. The next one is number 1. Our first episode, Transformers 5. What did you expect?
Number 1, really?
Number 1. It wasn't number 1, but it's our number 1 episode. But it's like top 3, I guess, top 3 or 4. I'll be honest with you, Eli. I listen to the episode from time to time. It still holds up.
I still ain't seen the Transformer movie.
So I don't know. I don't even know what the hell we reviewed then.
I know you saw it because didn't you say you tried to go see Wonder Woman?
I wanted to see Wonder Woman in IMAX. It was sold out, so I had to see Transformers. Yo, I watched that movie again on Netflix. I was like, this movie fucking sucked. What the hell was I thinking? Oh, I don't know. Next, this is a good one. Okay, episode 10, which was All Hail King Kirby.
Oh,
yeah, which we talked about. Jack Kirby, pretty good episode. I think it was like his 100th birthday or something like that. And and our number 1 episode. Here's our number 1 episode. You won't believe this one. Episode 88. Yes, Brie Larson hates you. So we should have talked about Brie Larson more on this. We should have did these YouTubers and alligators.
And that was probably bait and switch. They probably read the title. All the fucking comic skaters read that title.
Yes, finally somebody is speaking to us.
Yes, yeah. Someone on our side.
The whole time we were like, "Fuck you" the whole time.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I can't remember. But actually, I think probably my favorite episode out of all of them is probably the Stan Lee episode. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good because honestly, it just felt therapeutic. Like we just got shit out there,
Yeah,
just got a chance
that was a rough week. That was rough because I remember being very emotive all that week and.
Yeah, just talking about it, just putting stuff out there. So I was like, yeah, that was something I really want to talk about. So just got a chance, and it's a good thing to talk about this podcast. We get to talk about stuff that we want to talk about, and we just air it out here in the open. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Sometimes it's fucked up. Sometimes we like to do sincere stuff. Sometimes we like to be informative, but that's what we do here. So, listeners, honestly, expect the unexpected. We don't know what the hell we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and that's the thing is between we can disagree on shit and it's cool. No.
Because I've seen other, podcasts that disagree on it, and they just completely just go off the rails, and that's it. But we can, at the same time, respect each other's opinion, even if we disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Will Smith, and you do, and it doesn't matter. We can.
Right, and I can go with that. I'm like, you don't like Will Smith, you don't like get jiggy with it. And I can be an asshole and play Will Smith songs all through the podcast and stuff, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, and you don't like Rogue One, which I think is blasphemy, but that's okay,
Right, we can go with it. It's fine.
And it's fine. And I'm like, what? It's cool. That's how it should be. Or like we said, the James Gunn episode. I mean, we were totally on opposite ends on that
two
topic.
Opposite ends of the fence. And matter of fact, we were arguing the entire week before we got there.
Yeah,
And I think the whole thing that we were arguing, that was just promotion. That's all it was.
Yeah, it wasn't just you. There was some other assholes that I was lashing out at. So it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't the only asshole.
That wasn't just specifically. Yeah. But still, but by the time the episode came on, I was all I had already gotten it out. Yeah, let's talk. Let's get into this. I was excited. You know what I mean? So that's what's the cool thing. We talk this shit. We can not like the same shit. We can disagree on the same shit or on shit.
Yeah.
and it's cool. We don't have to
we
cancel
give
each
different-
other.
Give
Yeah.
different
Like the
perspectives.
internet,
You know,
Yeah,
And
and it ain't
that's
like
how-
the internet where you fuck.
right, and
I
that's how
haven't
it should
blocked
be.
you or anything, you know.
Right, and that's how it should be. You should be able to respect.
Yeah.
If the internet did that in general, the world would be a better place. Just respect each
Like
other's
we said.
opinion. That's it.
Yeah, like we said, we had the right wing guy on.
Oh,
And it
now
was
you want to be
cool.
politically
Exactly.
correct. You know, I'm gonna say alt-right guy, but okay.
Oh yeah, we had him on, and that was I enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah.
Like I had a good time with that one. You know,
Honestly,
So-
I really thought he was gonna flip out. The whole time I was just waiting for him to flip out, but he didn't do it. He was respecting us the whole time. I was like, damn, okay, they can go the way I want it
Yeah.
to go. Oh, another favorite
well,
episode.
there
Like,
you go. And then hopefully we changed his mind. He's like, yeah,
oh
them
no, we
darkies
didn't.
are okay.
Oh no, we didn't. He was still an asshole after that.
Oh, really? I was hoping he's gonna be like, you know what, you're all right by me.
Yeah, but you know what? Me and that guy talked all the time. Like we just
And
had
you
a
still don't
conversation.
know his name.
I don't know his name, but I remember at the time we had a conversation. But I have no idea what that guy is now. But he used to be a writer for Outright Geekery and everything. I was like, really? You got a guy called the Conservative Comics something?
Oh, that's right.
That
What
guy.
was that guy's name?
I can't
Damn.
remember that guy's name.
I remember reading, and I actually enjoyed his article.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you know what? He was Fox News. That's what he was. 'Cause
Yeah,
I can
and it was
watch
just-
Fox News because how fucked up Fox News is.
Yeah, and it just gives you like I said, it gives you an insight into how they think, you know, and into that another perspective.
Right. It's another perspective. You can listen to it, and you know you can ask him questions. He would answer. So
Yeah, and what it does is it also forces you to reinforce your stance as well.
exactly.
You know?
Instead of just being complacent and you just
Yeah.
agree just to agree. No, you have to think about, okay, why do I believe what I believe?
Yeah, because sometimes they will. Hearing another perspective does, you know, make you think about, hey, I didn't think of that. Well, why? Yeah, why do I think of this? You know, and then you got to come to terms with that. So it's it keeps you sharp. You know.
Right. There's nothing wrong with having your opinion challenged.
Yeah. You know.
So some people are scared of that, but there's nothing wrong with that. So
Yeah, and I'd like to think that we're open-minded enough, that we're free-thinking enough to be able to challenge ourselves.
right. And that's the thing, like listeners that listen to us, like we're not trying to influence our opinion on everybody else. We're just giving our opinions, making you think outside the box sometimes, depending on what we think.
I'm just hopefully trying to entertain you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, you're trying to entertain.
This is all a show to me.
I'm trying to open everybody's third eye. That's what this thing is about for me. I think everybody to wake up.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, like I said, we got some other stuff. Okay, so that's it. We jerked ourselves off enough. We have completed each other. So, all right, we finished. Let's move on to the next thing. We got Memorial Day, which we should have started off with. But
Oh yes.
yeah, really not too much we can say. I do want to tell everybody to not wish everybody happy Memorial Day. That's not really the thing to do.
Yeah.
It's to respect everybody and stuff like that, and respect everybody that served and failed.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah, recognize them from there.
Thank
Now,
you.
I know some people say, because I know you're going to get a lot of Captain America posts tomorrow. Some people say it's insensitive and insulting and stuff like that. My opinion, I think it's depending on the context of it. Because I think
Don't post the Hail Hydra panel.
don't do that. Don't be an asshole. But because we spoke it into existence, somebody's going to do it.
Yeah.
So
There's always going to be that one guy.
always that one asshole. So, but my thing is, Captain America should be treated exactly how he was meant to be, as a mascot, as a symbol for this stuff. So if you want to post Captain America just as a placeholder, for Memorial Day, I don't think anything's wrong with that, as long as you honor the real life people that did it. Because at the end of the day, yes, he is a fictional character. That's what he is, and not supposed to be anything more than that. But we are supposed to honor the real life people that served in the country and, far right. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
And
Thank
my
you for your
thing about
service. Not happy Memorial Day,
Yeah, and my thing about Captain America is I was never a Captain America fan coming up. I never liked him until the movies, to the MCU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's we're gonna talk comics for a second. I know we were talking about other stuff, but let's get into comics. So,
let's come at me, bro.
all right, let's do this. So, I posted a question early in a Facebook group today, and I want to ask you the same question. Even though you don't like Captain America, do you consider Captain America a A-list character before the MCU?
Before the MCU, no.
Before,
I didn't, because I never read them. To me, Marvel was all about X-Men and Spider-Man.
Okay, and I agree with you on it. X-Men, Spider-Man, and everybody else kind of like it. I would say the Hulk is like a distant third from them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I say after Hulk, I'd say Cap. I'd say Cap is before the MCU was the only relevant Avenger, like the only Avenger anybody gave a shit
about.
Avengers.
Okay, I guess for Avengers, yeah. Because I was going to say
what I'm saying
after Hulk, it'd be the Fantastic Four.
I forgot about them. Fuck them. Sorry, Goma. But what I'm saying is that, in my opinion, before the MCU, I consider Captain America, even though he was an Avenger, I consider him bigger than the Avengers.
Okay.
Like you got the lead singer of the rock band, but just bigger. I'm trying to think. I hate to do this. Justin Timberlake. He was Justin Timberlake. Okay. The Avengers was NSYNC. Just some other guys just in the background.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So that's my thing. So, but every other Avenger, Iron Man, Thor, whatever, nobody cared about them, but everybody cared about Captain America. They probably even know who the Avengers were, but they knew about him. They probably even know who Captain America was, but at the same time, I think he was still, his name was in pop culture. Like, you say Captain America, people know that's a superhero. You may not know anything about him, but if you see a picture of Captain America, you know he is. It's not like you show a picture of Moon Knight and people like, what the fuck is that? People at least recognize Captain America.
Yeah.
But I say, I would say, like I said, Spider-Man, X-Men, distant third Hulk, and then Captain America, and then everybody else. Before MCU, of course.
Before MCU, yeah.
Before the MCU, not Star-Lord and all that shit like that, But the thing is, they said I think in the original Infinity Gauntlet comic, I think Star-Lord is in there, and nobody recognized him. So
probably
like who? That's all we got to say about that. So that's it. All right, one more thing before we get to that, I want to talk about, because it's about to get hot. It's about to be summertime. Eli, let me ask you a question. When is your Comic-Con coming up? I know it's gonna be soon, right?
Well, no, I was just at a con last week.
What? Like the main one?
Yeah. Well, one of our main ones, the Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities Comic-Con. There's one in spring, and then there's one in the fall. They have two of them.
Okay, cool. All right, so you had that one. We have some Comic-Cons coming up, other sometime Comic-Con coming up. So I want to tell all the nerds out there going to Comic-Con, very, very important, wash your ass. There's a big problem.
You do that anyways. Every day, do that.
You do it every day. Don't just do it for Comic-Con. Do it every day. But especially you do it to a Comic-Con. Because sometimes you go into a Comic-Con and you're just like, it hits you right in the face. So be respectful of everybody else going in there. Let's not, perpetuate the stereotype. It's okay to like comics and, like soap and water. It's okay to like both.
Yeah.
Let me say, we actually move to the podcast.
Sure.
Okay, I know we talked about a whole bunch of bullshit, but let's actually talk about the comic. Let's get back to business. Let's stick to the script now. So what we're gonna do now is talk about the box office numbers, which we talk about every week. And Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
I don't know. John Wick. Is it John Wick again?
No.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
John Wick has been beaten. Come out?
Yeah, something else came out.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I was gonna give you a guess, but I'll tell you. So the number one movie of the week was Aladdin.
Oh, was that out?
It's out now. Yeah.
Oh damn. Well, look at that. We are talking about Will Smith. Look at that.
I forgot he was in the movie.
Nah.
Get jiggy with it. See, you can't underestimate the power of Big Willie. And so it did 86 million opening weekend domestically.
No shit.
Yeah, which is pretty good, even though it has a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, people didn't even like the movie, and it's still making money. Which I keep saying, Rotten Tomatoes has no effect on the box office. It never did. People keep overrating this shit, but it never did. So
Well, this is Disney, but I think motherfuckers are gonna bring their kids.
yeah, they don't care. They're gonna see the movie anyway. Number 2 is John Wick. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. So
Cool.
I seen it. I will give a quick review of what I think about in just a second, but we're gonna keep going down the list. We got Avengers Endgame. Let's pull up some numbers real quick on Endgame. So right now, Endgame is at 2.6 million. I'm sorry, 2.6 billion. Eli, analysts and professionals are saying that it probably won't catch Avatar.
Oh damn it! I went and saw it again too the other day.
I mean, we're doing our best to support, but I mean, it's only so much we can do, you know. And because
so I've gone 3 times now.
I mean, the thing is, it's only 100 million away, but 100 million is a lot of money, and it only made like.
And it's like I'd like it to. I'd like it to knock Avatar on its ass, but like I said, that's my 3rd viewing of it, and I gotta say the 3 hours felt 3 hours.
You started to feel it, okay?
I started feeling the 3 hours.
I've seen it 3 times already, and I enjoyed it every single time. But the thing is, this 3rd week that we're looking at, I mean, this number 3, and it is 16 million. So you saying you got to do another 100 million? I don't see that.
It's only been 3 weeks, huh?
No, it's been over a month
now.
now.
That it made. Okay, yeah, about a month now.
It's been a month now, but I don't see it happening.
But how long did you think about how long did it take Avatar to make that much money? And they were cheating.
That was true because they had those expensive tickets, so of course they were going to do that. So maybe it will catch it, but I don't know. It depends on how long they leave it in the theaters, you know. And so, what else we got? Number 4, I hate this fucking name. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I can't say that shit, man. I fuck it up every week. Let's see. We got number 5, Brightburn.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna see that shit, Eli. I'm sorry. I know everybody. People keep coming up to me saying, "You don't want to see an evil Superman movie?" Fuck no, I don't want to see no evil Superman movie.
You already did. It was called Man of Steel.
Exactly.
He killed everybody.
He saved us. And you see, there's nothing but rubble and ash everywhere. What do we got? Number 6, Booksmart. I don't know. I guess the female super bad what they're promoting it as.
Oh yeah, that looks funny. I might give that a whirl.
Something like that. I'll wait till it come on Netflix or something. But I watch it then, you know. Number 7, A Dog's Journey. Number 8, Hustle. Number 9, Intruder. And number 10, Long Shot. I don't know what any of those movies can do. Okay. Anyway, let me give a quick review of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Eli, like I said, you gave a review of it last week. You flipped out about it. 5.5 out of 5. We get valiant that shit. Basically, what I'm gonna say when I saw the movie, it's the greatest video game movie of all time. I mean, that's what I think about it. It's exactly what you expect in a video game. You had each fight in it had its own personality because the story, there was no story in this. Halfway through the movie, I don't even know what they were fighting about, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah, you don't care.
You don't care. You just people getting shot, people getting stabbed, people getting beat up with books and crayons and pencils and whatever for pillows. He don't care. He'll kill anybody with anything, and that's what it's about. Because I was like, these action scenes are like super super long, but I don't even mind it. Like I should hate this movie, but I love this movie because each fight scene had its own personality. Like when Halle Berry came in with the dogs and shit like that, that was fucking awesome. That even reminds me more of a video game movie because when Halle Berry shows up, it turned into a co-op game. Like it just felt like horde mode on Gears of War, or you know, you got your buddy, you're going through a mission. They were actually like trading clips with each other and picking up guns and stuff. I even thought when I'm gonna yell out, "You stole my kill," you know, some shit like that. You know, I was expecting that. You even had like boss fights in the movie. You know, you had mini boss fights with those raid dudes, while the head boss is looking at him, and then you got to fight the mini boss and get to the head boss. I was like, this is just a video game. Even the talking in the movie, like when they stopped fighting long enough to actually have plot, it wasn't plot. It was just an excuse to get to the next action scene, like to get to the next set piece. That's what it was all about. Mm-hmm. It was a cut scene. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know. But like I said, I loved it. I was like, they figured it out. Why can't other video games, movies figure this out? Why couldn't Max Payne, which is basically what this is, couldn't figure that out? And so
why couldn't the Punisher Netflix series be that?
Right. Like that's all you have to do. You don't take this shit too seriously. Just have them
Yeah.
shoot up and chop up a bunch of people. You know.
That's what I was expecting when the Netflix Punisher series. I was expecting to see John Wick,
Right.
and then it turned out to be fucking John Whack.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We're trademarking that one. Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing about John Wick. That's awesome. Keanu Reeves kills it in this role. You can tell he put his heart and soul into it. He's turned John Wick into this pop culture phenomenon. I don't know how he keeps doing it with these movies, but he's done it again. So
Yeah.
and it's the third of these movies. So you think by the third movie, like Matrix. Matrix sucked by the third one. This shit is awesome. And then
I will just we're not going to go down that.
We're not going. Are we putting Matrix in the banned category with Will Smith? Okay.
Sure.
Are you gonna call Gomer on the show also so you two can gang up on me about this shit?
Dude, you don't understand.
Oh man. So that's my thing. So, but overall, because there was no plot in this movie, in this video game whatsoever, I gotta give it a 4.5 out of 5. I can't give it the same rating I gave in Endgame. You know, I gotta take it down just a notch. But it was still a fucking awesome movie. It was. And to be honest with you, Eli, I didn't even like John Wick 2.
Yeah, it's more of the same. It's just big. Yeah, I think, like I was saying, I told in my review, the first one has such a simple plot that you actually give a shit. The second one, the action is all there, but you don't really give a shit.
Right, because they try to do more world building. I'm like, I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, all the ass kicking is cool, but in the end, you don't really care.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
And by this one,
in John Wick, in John Wick 2, of course, I just felt like it was gunshot after gunshot after gunshot, and it felt like it just became noise by the time the second half came.
Yeah, it got a little monotonous. It was the same kind of fight scenes in every throughout the whole movie. And in the third one, it's a different fight scene.
Right. You know. And it kept my attention the entire time. Like I can remember every fight scene that happened in the third one.
Yeah. The book when they're in the library, the fucking horses, the motorcycle chase. I mean, it's just like you were saying, each fucking action piece has its own, identity. You know?
Right. So that's why I liked it about that one. So even though it had no plot, the action was so good, you didn't need it. Mm-hmm. And so it was just going.
And you don't give a fuck about it anyways. It's just kick some more ass.
Right. That's what you go see these movies for. So yes, the old school 90s, 80s action movies, and they just brought it back. That's all.
I mean, they try to give him a motivation. Oh, he wants to live because he wants to remember being in love. Like, who cares? Just shoot somebody. That
doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but who cares?
Yeah, whatever. Break another neck, will you?
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's what we got with that one. So that's the box office numbers. I'm trying to think where we're going to talk about next. I guess we can talk about that movie to another movie we're anticipating. Terminator Dark Fate. Did I say it right?
Oh, I guess. Are we anticipating this? Are you anticipating this?
Okay. I know we talked about this last week. Let me explain. I'm kind of anticipating this, a little bit, because every time there's a new Terminator movie, I keep thinking this one. Okay, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one. They suck every time, but I'm at the point now that I can appreciate them as fan fiction. Now I know I say this about Genesis. But I also say this about Salvation also. It's just fan fiction. Like, as long as you pretend like it's its own alternate universe that don't have shit to do with shit, I can enjoy it a little bit, So that's my thing. But they're saying it's supposed to be a real Terminator movie. So, of course, I'm excited.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to try and polish a turd. No, I actually because I tried to watch Salvation the other day. It's on Netflix. So I was like, let me watch this. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. The one with Christian Bale, right?
That's one with Christian Bale. That's Salvation.
Salvation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I watched it because I remember not liking it when I first saw it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, it's been a while. Let me give this another look. It does have some cool ideas. But in the end, it becomes a Transformers movie. Why can't you just give us what we want? We just want endoskeletons and hunter killers shooting shit. They're giving us these big giant robots, these big giant kaiju, fucking Pacific Rim robots, and like these motorcycle robots, and Like, who cares? You know, let's
Right.
just have Terminators. You know what I mean? You know, that's my thing, and that's my thing with this trailer. Like, he's morphing.
I was
like,
gonna say that's more transforming than anything.
Yeah, it's like they're all the nanobots. It's like, you know, he's doing Iron Man shit. It's like I thought this was Terminator. Can't we just see Terminators do shit? You
Right.
know, you know, as cool as T2 was, but I look back and I'm like, the T1000 is like the dumbest thing ever now because it's just ruined every fucking movie. Every fucking Terminator movie has to have some morphing, blobby robot shit, you know. And I just want a regular robot. That's all.
Yeah, you want Terminator 1, basically.
Yeah, I want Terminator. Yeah, I want that future war. All those scenes, those flashbacks of Reese dreaming about the future war.
Right.
That's what I've been wanting to see for the past 30 years. And they keep making the same shitty movie.
Yeah, my only thing with Salvation is that I wish they would have stuck to the original ending, where they would have killed John Connor.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the plan
All
they
right.
were going with it first. I mean, the shit fan fiction anyway. Who cares? You know, so just kill John Connor, but replace him as a Terminator. But have him.
Didn't they do that in the last one?
Yes, they did it in the
Wasn't he a
last one. So
Terminator?
why are you gonna change the ending and then do the shit anyway?
Yeah.
But they were trying to basically say, like, you know, John Connor knew everything about the machines and knew what they were gonna do and knew what they were gonna do. So they were trying to hint at basically the reason he knew that shit because he was a Terminator the whole time. Well, he was like a rogue Terminator, you know, going against them. Just so I would have been fine with that. That's me. I would have been fine.
Yeah, and that was crappy, but that movie was crappy too.
They were both crappy, but that's even more fan fiction. That movie was fan service. Yeah. It was just like, this is Terminator Greatest Hits. Just rewatch it again.
You know, and this is what, and as a fan, and I love especially the first one, the Terminator original, one of my favorite flicks ever. It came out 84, a year after Return of the Jedi. You know, remember, Star Wars fans, we thought Star Wars was done. Mm-hmm. You know, Star Wars was no more. We didn't know that they were going to make prequels. It was 20 years away. But as for a Star Wars fan, we were done with it. So then the Terminator came out. It was like the perfect thing, you know, for a little sci-fi nerd to going through Star Wars withdrawals. Yeah. That was like the perfect thing, the Terminator. And it was so fucking cool. It was almost like a horror flick at the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically that's what it was. I thought it was, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there was some actually creepy moments. I was a kid. I was like 10 years old. And some of those scenes were kind of intense. I was like, holy shit, this was kind of scary.
Right.
You know? But you know what I've wanted to see? I always thought that they were going to make a movie about how Reese goes through the time machine. Because he fucking talks about how that it was like almost like a battle to get the time, whatever, the time displacement equipment. Yeah. And you know how Reese comes through he like flies out and he's all naked and shit. And he like drops. It's like he jumped through. And I always thought like there was like some battle going on. Like they were like racing against time to get Reese through before like shit was going to blow up. And it all depended on Reese getting through. Like that was their fucking mission.
Didn't it happen in the last one?
Did that happen? I don't remember.
I think it did. I think like John Connor was getting something and he pushed Reese through the thing.
Yeah. And he goes flying through. Mm-hmm. You know. That would have been cool to see. Like that would have been a cool movie that takes place in the future, and it's all about the end would be Reese, you know, the triumph. They won by Reese getting through the time thing, you know.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see that, and then I guess I haven't seen that yet.
I don't know. Maybe this one will give it to you. I don't know. I don't even know what this one is about. It just Sarah Connor just shooting.
Sarah Connor's in it. Yeah, like, shooting another, you know, bubbly robot.
Right. She's not running away from it like in the first one. She's, you know, she's action, femme fatale. Arnold Schwarzenegger may or may not be in it. He shows up for like a split second. Like he's the Terminator.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not even a Terminator. Just an old dude.
Yeah, the prototype. Yeah. And then he was in Salvation, but it was like a bad CGI of his younger self.
Yeah, well, what they did, they took a bodybuilder and just stuck Arnold Schwarzenegger's head on there.
Yeah, to make them look like the old T-800s.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, okay. Then they de-aged
him. But this one's made by, it's the guy who did Deadpool. It's his second movie.
Right, and he turned down Deadpool to do this.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, I'm sure the action is going to be fine, but it all just comes down to concept. Like, what's this story going to be about? Do I give a shit? And I don't know if I am. Again, already judging by the trailer, it's just like, I don't care. It's just more weird robots.
These movies. So you're not sold on it. Basically, you're not sold on it yet.
Yeah, I saw it. And I was pretty underwhelmed.
Well, I haven't made my opinion yet. I'm still holding out hope that since this is the real Terminator sequel, maybe.
Yeah, I used to read some of those Dark Horse comics that were fucking awesome. I remember there was one where a T-800 comes through, comes back from the future and ends up in Antarctica. And he, like, takes out a whole base. It's just a naked, muscle-bound dude with a machine gun walks into, like, this Antarctica military base and just blows everybody away. I'm like, holy shit, that was so fucking cool. Why can't I see that? Why can't I see more naked Terminator?
I was saying, did anybody stop him, or he just killed everybody?
That was issue 1. Yeah, no, that was like the beginning of that series. He just mows down a military base, butt naked in the snow.
Okay, yeah, we need that movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's what we got. So Terminator, I'm sold. Eli's not sold. We'll see. I'm not sold, but I'm not sold. If it makes any sense. Okay.
You're on the fence.
I'm on the fence right now. Yeah, I'm a fence rider. Something else we stole from Comcast. All right. So now before we go to the next part, I do want to talk about Doom Patrol because everybody is saying DC Universe about to go down and blah 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 and all stuff like that. So I want to talk about Doom Patrol because honestly, I thought Doom Patrol was an awesome show. The season finale hit last week. And like I said, it's as weird as you think the show is. The show just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Now, like I said, there was that clip that dropped 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to explain what happened in that clip. Okay, Eli, have you ever heard of the superhero named Flex Mentallo?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I sort of kind of heard him, but didn't know what he did. So apparently, Flex Mentallo is this bodybuilder, this muscle-bound dude, and he's invented by Grant Morrison, so that should tell you everything you know about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is already explaining a lot in that clip that you showed.
Yeah, like Grant Morrison, this is his whole brainchild right here. So Flex Mentallo, depending on how he flexes, uses a different superpower. So that's his superpower, is that he has all the superpowers. So he was going to take the Doom Patrol to an alternate dimension, but to get there, he had to flex his muscle to get there. But apparently he flexed the wrong muscle. So in sending to another dimension, he made them come in their pants. So not just them, the entire, city they were in.
World?
Not the whole world. I think it was within the vicinity. I don't think, everybody did it. But basically everybody in that city or town or street or whatever. So everybody came there and he was like, oops, I flexed the wrong muscle. Like, no shit, Sherlock, So you see weird shit like that. Now, the last episode, honestly, Eli, I think that's when my weird meter would just reach this limit. Like, I was like, okay, I'm done. Then what happened? I was watching the episode, but I was like dog tired from work. I came home, trying to watch it like 1 o'clock in the morning, fell asleep in the middle of it, woke up, and what I saw was a giant cockroach and a rat having sex with each other. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. I don't want to rewind this shit. I don't want to find out what I missed. That's okay. I'm pretty sure it's some weird shit that happened, but I'll just roll with that overall. So, yeah, you want to see some weird shit, that's Doom Patrol. A few shit just like got a little bit too weird for me, but overall, I do feel like it's their best show. It's hit at least leaps and bounds better than Titans, and I actually like Titans. But Doom Patrol is a much better show, and it's a better show suited for this show because you can't put this show anywhere else. Nobody will buy this show. Nobody put this show anywhere else. So you got to have it show on this. Even the bad guy keeps breaking the fourth wall. I have the power to shut down this streaming service. He'll say stupid shit like that, So it's just a weird show. So if you get a chance to watch Doom Patrol, highly recommend it. Outright Geekery has a link to the first episode for free. You can test the show out yourself and see if it caps your weird meter. That's what I got from that one. I think that's it. Yeah, can we move on to the next part? I think. Yeah, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, let's move to the next part. So now let's move to the video game section.
All right.
Yeah. Video game section pretty simple. There was a new Marvel game coming out. Like I said, after the spectacular. I didn't mean to say that. I said it by accident. Spectacular Spider-Man. Didn't mean to say that. That was a reflex. but the Spider-Man game was spectacular. So now they have Ultimate Alliance 3 / The Black Order. So now we have all the Marvel superheroes getting together to fight the Black Order, and not just, I mean, all of them, not just the Avengers, not just the Guardians of the Galaxy. You got all these guys, Spider-Man and the X-Men. The X-Men are back in these video games. So whatever ban that the Marvel movies have had on them, they're there. Matter of fact, I even look at the poster, I even see Miles Morales back there. So they got everybody in there. And apparently what Marvel has said they've been doing is that, after Spider-Man came out, they're pretty much saying they're going to put this huge effort into making all of their video games like at that level, at that quality. They're going to try to take over the video game market like they did the movie market, like they did the comics market,
Okay.
So I saw Ultimate Alliance, and the other two Ultimate Alliance games, I liked them. They were cool. They were rip-offs. So what's the game? Baldur's Gate? I might have fucked the name up. But they're basically rip-offs of those games that just put superheroes in it. This one, like I said, they upped the graphics. They got enemy placements going in there. Hopefully it's still going to be 4-player. But the problem is it's only on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, it's on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to have to steal my nephew's Switch in order to play this game. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it looks good.
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one.
The second one was pretty much Civil War. But it was made by a different development team. So I didn't like it as much, me personally. I thought it was too easy.
Well, the first one didn't have the Hulk. I remember the first one didn't have the Hulk.
Well, he was a downloadable character.
Yeah. Oh, well, it had Banner, but yeah, you couldn't be the Hulk. But
No. It had the Hulk in it, but you had to pay for him.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have him, so. But I thought it was fun for.
Hulk was overpowered as fuck on that game.
But so was Wolverine.
Wolverine was too, but you had Hulk. You really didn't need another team. You just had Hulk. You used to run through the game by yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I guess that's why they didn't have him in the game. But yeah, that's all I got to that. Ultimate Alliance, I think that comes out this year also. Hopefully they get released of some other stuff too, but we'll see how it goes. They may say you can move to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where the comic book bullies talk about the actual comic books, where we get into it and talk about the books that we read that came out there. And I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
Let me knock it out. Okay. The book I have is going to be Action Comics 1011. That's the book. I'm trying to see what's going on. So this is Leviathan Rising Part 5. I completely forgot the name. I had to look at the picture to see what it was. So apparently what the story is that just get everybody caught up on the Leviathan story. Like all the secret societies in the DC universe have been destroyed. Argus, the DEO, what the fuck else? Anyone else you could think of, Checkmate, all those guys, they've gone under. So Task Force X, all stuff like that. So Superman is undercover trying to find out what's going on. Superman and Lois Lane have used some Kryptonian technology to change their facial structure to look like Spiral agents. So they're going undercover because Spiral seems to be the only secret society that hasn't been going under. So they were like, if Spiral hasn't gone under and all these other people going under, something's not going right there. So they go undercover. They find this head agent, this undercover agent named Tiger, who they've been dealing with, but he doesn't know who they are. So they try to get information from him. But before they can do that, this Leviathan monster comes out that tries to destroy everybody. Superman gets to a fight with him, blah, blah, blah. He gets away. While they're doing that, the secret agent Tiger runs away with Lois Lane, but he thinks Lois Lane is still a Spiral agent. But Lois Lane reveals that she's Lois Lane. He wait, you're Lois Lane the whole time? I didn't. Well, you should have told me at the begin with. And she said, like, give me information on Spiral. Oh, I'll give you everything on Spiral. So he pulls out a flash drive, gets to Lois Lane and said, I want you to do one thing for me. Make sure this information gets everywhere. Write your best story. They need to know every single thing about what Spiral is doing because they made Leviathan. They're the reason trying to kill everybody. And he takes off. And Superman and Lois, meet back up. And Lois calls Perry White on the phone saying, hey, I got the information. I got all the information from Spiral, where Leviathan came from, everything. And Perry White's like, unless you give me a second source, I'm not running that store because, the planet's reputation is, is on that. So she has to find another Spiral agent because Tiger is either disappeared, killed, whatever. So they find another Spiral agent who is Huntress. And they talk to Huntress and they ask, like, is this information viable? Like, it is, but I don't think you should run that store. Because if you run that store, you're putting all of the intelligence information. It's basically WikiLeaks. You're putting everything out there. You're like, well, we got to tell the story because people are getting killed left and right, so we got to do that. You're like, well, what about Amanda Waller? What did she say about this? And apparently, when Amanda Waller they left her in the Fortress of Solitude. They go back there, and apparently, she's escaped the Fortress of Solitude, stuck in the Bermuda Triangle. She escaped because she found Batman's boat that he left there in this Fortress of Solitude and escaped with it. And Lois like, how the hell Batman get a boat here? And Sumeda said, he's Batman. That's what he does. So apparently, what's going on? Lois is going to run the story. Jimmy Olsen is also in the Fortress of Solitude. I forgot why he's there. And basically, they're going to release the information and all Spiral's dirty secrets and WikiLeaks. They're just going to put the shit all out in the open. And they're basically saying, next event coming in June, Leviathan Rising or Event Rising. Something to do with Leviathan. Bendis got an event coming up. That's all I know. But you're going to include everybody. So, yeah, this is just leading into that. So, overall, I get the book a 3.5 out of 5. The run at the thing is actually like the whole event has actually been pretty interesting. This particular event, it felt like this issue felt like Bendis was cramming in every single thing he could for this event. Because they had some other shit like Manhunter got framed by Talia al Ghul and whatever. 3.5 out of 5. I do think the Action Comics run is better than the Superman run because Bendis is using more of his detective prime noir background into Superman, which fits his style of writing better than, going out of space and Rogol Zaar and General Zod and all that bullshit, That's my thing. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, since DC, I got this book read. Like I said before we recorded, I didn't read my comics till just before we started recording tonight. So I kind of half-assed everything. I'm reading a regular book with no pictures. So
Rub it in. Yeah. We get it. You're dumb.
So I was like, oh, shit, I didn't read any of my comics for the pod. I better fucking do this shit. So forgive me if I don't remember everything.
Thank you for slumming it for us, Eli.
Yeah. Detective Comics 1004. Continuing the medieval storyline. Another cool story. You got this Arkham Knight that has this cult of followers that hate Batman because of all the dark violence that he's brought to Gotham. So they figured out how to make these sun bombs that turn night into day to get rid of the shadows and all that shit. It turns out it's not Jason Todd. It is Astrid Arkham, the daughter of the guy who started Arkham Asylum.
Okay, Amadeus Arkham. Okay.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, sorry. And so basically, this one it's just Batman's talking to Dr. Arkham about, hey, your daughter's a fucking Looney Tune. Better tell me what's up. So it's just basically tells her origin story, the origin of Astrid Arkham, about how Amadeus Arkham's wife was pregnant, and she was also worked at Arkham Asylum, but then a riot broke out, and she was pregnant and got caught into it, and she gave birth during the riot in Arkham Asylum, and she was basically all the villains, Joker, Poison Ivy, Harley, Clayface, they were all there when she was born, and they were taking care of her. And then, so
like
that's kind of
Freddy Krueger some shit.
Basically, I was about to say that. It sounds like very, very Freddy Krueger-esque.
Right.
So, but her mother died during childbirth. There was these Looney Tune nuts basically killed her, and she was raised in Arkham. He kept her. He was a single dad, so he raised his daughter around him, and she basically was in Arkham every day. Getting to know all the patients, finding all the secret corridors and getting to know all the crazies. Even she called the Uncle Joker, So basically that's what it is. It's her origin story. It's really cool. Really digging this book. Yeah, give it 4 out of 5. So
that sounds better than the Jason Todd bullshit they gave us.
Yeah, and it's a cool story. Like, yeah, her origin is cool. It's like, yeah, there was a riot broke out, and her pregnant mom was like caught in it. And said, holy shit! Oh damn! So yeah, cool.
Okay, cool. All right. Next book I got is, let's see. Shuri number 8. Let's see what we got.
All right.
Okay, so basically how the book starts off, so Shuri, and like I said, it's been a while since I caught up with the book. So apparently Shuri has taken up the mantle of Black Panther again. Like I said, T'Challa is off in space doing space bullshit. Wakanda needs a Black Panther. She is taking up the Black Panther again. But the thing is, when she was trying to rescue T'Challa, she accidentally brought back like a space bug, like a giant space bug that can eat memories or some shit. So it's eating some of her memories, and her memories are tied to, her crazy ass superpowers, like she can turn into a bird, turn into a stone, shit like that. But they're tied to her memories with the ancestors. But since that bug is eating those memories, she's losing those powers. We knew this shit was gonna happen. We know Shuri's gonna lose all those superpowers she had. So what she's doing now, she's trying to find a way to stop this space bug, because the space bug left, but she knows this bug is eventually gonna come back. So one of the Wakandans that is tied to the bug, that like the bug's using her as a host. They're gonna use the girl to exorcise the bug, but somehow music brings the bug back. So somebody was playing Aretha Franklin's "Respect" or some shit. Yeah, it's a weird story. So the bug is on its way back to Wakanda. So Shuri and Storm go fight the bug. They fight the bug off, but somehow the bug gets away, and they realize that they find out who was playing "Respect." And it was actually Shuri's best friend, who was actually another hacker in Wakanda named Muti or some shit like that. And Shuri realized, oh, he's the one doing it. And so Shuri and Storm fly off to go find Muti and figure out why he's trying to bring the space bug to Wakanda. That's the book. Yeah. 3 out of 5.
You sound thrilled.
I'm gonna give it a 3, only because the artwork was actually pretty good. The artwork has actually been a step up from what the artwork was at the beginning. Because the one reason I dropped the book is because the art sucked, but the art has got a different artist, and the art is getting better, but the story is getting worse. I'm like, the fuck, man. I don't know. Well, Riri is gonna be in one of these issues, so I'll check it out by the end. So yeah, that's all the books I got.
All right. Oh, I got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 6.
Okay.
Been digging this book lately. Still continue to dig it. Miles has been fighting Tombstone and his crew. And he basically, while on one of the scouting missions, he runs into this other hero. Her name is Sparrow? No, that's not her name. What the fuck's her name? That's Sparrow. It's, what the fuck? Are you going to tell me in the recap?
What is that, Silk Girl? Silk?
No, it's, shit, what the fuck's her name? Starling. She looks like a female Falcon. She's got wings and shit. And,
okay, I don't know what it is. Okay.
And she's after, she's after Tombstone as well. She's out to kill him. So they kind of team up for a little bit and fight Tombstone's crew. Of course, Spider-Man's like, no, you can't be killing people. So, that whole dynamic of, we can't cross that line and all that shit. So there's that dynamic, the whole Daredevil versus Punisher, argument,
Right.
And you can tell there's a general attraction going on between them. So who knows what that's going to lead to? But yeah, they basically fight Tombstone's crew. Tombstone does show up in this issue, and there's a lot of ass kicking and shit. And of course, while that's going on, Miles is still juggling the pressures of high school and all that. So there's that good. It's an old school Spider-Man comic. That whole Spider-Man dynamic. This kid in over his head, can't catch a break. Juggling the pressures of high school and adolescence and, his girlfriend, and he's also a superhero on top of that. So it really strikes that balance. I'm still digging this book. It's basically, another fresh take on an old favorite character, only it's Miles Morales this time. So, yeah, this is a 4 out of 5 for me.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like it's been holding up pretty well. So, yeah, hopefully next week it'll be some better books coming out. We get a chance to take a look at it, and we'll kind of go from there.
Oh, you done?
That's all I got. You got something else?
Oh, I guess I'll do Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, go for it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt, another Star Wars Age of Rebellion tie-in. One shot, Jabba the Hutt this time. I got to say, I like this book. I enjoyed it. You know, I think it's because you don't get to hear a lot from Jabba the Hutt. You know what I mean? You know, we've you know, all the other tie-ins, we've had Boba Fett comics and Han Solo and Lando and all the main characters. They've all been covered so many times that it gets a little tiring to just see another day in the life, you know, adventure that these books have been, these one-shots have been. So here's Jabba the Hutt, a guy you don't really hear a lot from. I mean, there's been a few books here and there about him, you know, but you don't get to hear from his background a lot. You know, even on the Clone Wars, you know, he's on there, but it's more about Zero, his nephew or whatever.
Yeah, like
getting
the
in all the
Hutts,
grind.
like the other Hutts.
Yeah. So it was kind of nice to just see, you know, some shit that Jabba does, some gangster shit Jabba was getting into, and how he manipulates, you know, people to do his shit for him. You know, and this basically adventure revolves around this, this like really rare tasting wine that is only brewed by the Tusken Raiders, and it sells for like millions of dollars. Like this really rare, ultra, you know, good wine, some alcoholic beverage that, you know, people are always trying to, you know, get their hands on and shit. And it's just basically Jabba manipulating all these thieves and hustlers that are trying to get their hands on the wine, how he manipulates them, and basically in the end gets it for free. He gets this wine for free.
Nice.
And that's all it's about. That he just swindles and hustles to get some free, really good, rare wine. So kind of cool.
And it's rare we get to see Jabba actually, you know, put effort in doing anything.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. You know. So yeah, that's a 4 out of 5. And I guess that's it. The only other book I read was this Venom War of the Realms tie-in.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know about that. I want to know what the fuck happened to Venom at the end when Malekith stole him and tortured him and shit.
Well, the symbiote separated. So Eddie Brock doesn't have the symbiote anymore. But this witch gave him this weird magic armor, which kind of acts like a symbiote, you know? So it's basically Eddie Brock with this magic Venom-like armor, and he fights a bunch of fucking demons and giants and shit. It's okay. It's just all action. It's you know, there's not much happen. It's just him fighting these different monsters on the streets. He gets into a fight with Jack-o'-lantern and shit, who's throwing fire and all that. But, you know, it's just all action. Not much happens. 3 out of 5. There's a really cheesy fee-fi-fo-fum line that, like, made me roll my eyes and shit, you know.
Is Donny Cates still doing this?
No, this is Cullen Bunn.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, like, is Donny Cates coming back?
Right, because it's like save us from whatever the fuck going on.
Yeah, and I get it that this is just the War of the Realms tie-in. I know Donny Cates is busy doing the Guardians book, but I thought, you know, he was overseeing this whole Carnage event that was about to go down that they keep hinting at. So this just seems like this is just like filler till that shit happens. So I don't know. I guess I'll wait till this whole War of the Realms shit blows over, and because this is on my pull list, and I don't know if I want to keep it. You know,
I mean, if Donny Cates not on, it's kind of like, what's the point? You know.
Yeah, I haven't cared about Venom in a few months now, so yeah. So this is just 3 out of 5. You know.
Oh damn. Okay.
But hey, it was an update. We give you your weekly War of the Realms update.
Because nobody else will do it. We do it so they don't have to.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We have our sister podcast, Geek Savs. We also have like Comic Cast. We also have Get Valiant. We have This Geeks and Comics. We have Hoodoo TV. Dude, a few more months we'll have Talking Balls again. So, then we back to number 2. So yeah, but if you listen this long, like I said, we're gonna do this for another 100, 3,000, whatever. We'll see where this thing goes, and we'll have some better books next week.
6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie. That's what we're gonna do. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And happy Memorial Day.
Okay. Happy 100.
Oh yeah, happy 100. Yeah.
To us.
And to viewers like you, listeners like you. Yeah.
And beyond.